Veronica Wolski, the anti-mask, anti-vaccination campaigner who wore a Zorro mask to Staples and harassed staff there, who died last night from COVID. And as some smart people I know predicted, the extremists, the radical right extremists are proclaiming her to be a martyr of medical murder by the establishment because they didn't give her ivermectin, which is an antiparasitic medication, not anything with clinical evidence proving efficacy against COVID, i.e. is not a viable treatment. Consequently, doctors not administering it to a sick person. So we can have a look at some video of her in Staples when she was alive, before she was rewarded and encouraged to keep up her self-endangering and community-endangering behaviour, which collectively is economy endangering and, most importantly for Republicans, endangering to the public approval levels for President Joe Biden. So they're willing to sacrifice hundreds of thousands of American lives to an altar of gaining more support for themselves and their own political party, regardless of the cost. I think this is an article here on the right of my screen written by someone in the medical field, because a quote from it is, "For people like us, the idea of your kid ending up in the ICU isn't theoretical, it's very real. We know what the machines sound like, we know what intubation sounds like." So yes, that would explain why it comes more readily to parents who are also doctors or other health professionals to insist on having masked play dates, on play dates that are outside. Because I had a play date with somebody. My children played outside in the backyard with some children who were masked, and they were the children of two doctors. So doctors know more viscerally what it looks like to have COVID, and potentially have the cognitive ability to avoid getting brainwashed by the disinformation on the internet. Because I know a surprisingly high proportion of nurses have been brainwashed with the powerful psychological operations against Americans and against people around the world to convince them that COVID is a scam and everything. William says, "Hello, I think you are the Howard Stern fan." No, I'm not a Howard Stern fan, but I did reference his work the other day because Howard Stern pointed out that he is tired of the cost of stupidity and the cost of stubbornness in relation to anti-vaccination people and unvaccinated people, endangering his life, endangering everybody's lives, because when they prolong the pandemic and they prolong the disease by refusing to take part in the antidote, the effective communal antidote to the COVID pandemic, they're making transmission rates so high that it's easier for breakthrough cases to occur. And by breakthrough cases, I mean cases of COVID that occur amongst vaccinated people, because nobody's ever claimed vaccines provide 100% layer of protection. They are merely a very effective layer of protection against getting severe COVID that can leave you hospitalized or not alive any longer at all. So that's, oh, and now I have to go. So that was just a very brief broadcast from me. Tiny scroll down to look at Veronica Wolski. The elder defending the murder of Trayvon. So with any luck, California Democrats and sane voters have remembered to return their ballots and are still remembering to return their ballots or vote in person against the Republican power grab in California, the 5th largest economy in the world. Here we go. This is Veronica Wolski before she got sick, wearing a Zorro mask.
Down here, so it's not obvious that I'm videoing.
So that's what she wore.
Hello.
mask because she
I
was
have a face mask on, honey.
anti-vaccination
And
campaign.
I have a medical exemption and a
All right, but she died. She died last night.
doctor's note.
I can probably show you a picture of her in the hospital. I don't know how she was released. So that's Veronica Wolski hanging up signs to discourage other people from being part of a public health effort to contain COVID. And that's Veronica Wolski in the hospital before she died, just when she was seriously ill with COVID. And of course, at that point, it's too late to get vaccinated, and it's too late to understand that you have been part of a mass public health endangering movement. So that's all from me today. Thank you to anyone who listens on replay, and I hope to broadcast again soon. Take care. Bye-bye, everyone.